All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bashim Yahshua, Harakakodash, double honors to apostles of great millstone, and salutations to your elect, which you ought to be. It's your brother Hawaii. Got a quick lesson for you Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, and Israelites who got ashamed of looking like heathens. The Spirit bear witness that they're a child of Heavenly Father. And the name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh, who the world inly calls Jehovah, God of Yahweh. And the name of the Heavenly Son is Yahweh Shai, who the world inly calls Jesus Christ, or Christos, or Yeshua. I got a quick lesson. Any other preachers come out, you already know it's the Holy Spirit. It's the Holy Spirit, whether you believe it or not. And I'm finna go into Leviticus, the 18th chapter, because it talks about forbidden marriage. And then for all you out there and stuff, where it's like, oh, well, I had sex with him and stuff, so I'm connected. No, it doesn't, that marriage doesn't count. It doesn't count. Because other than that, it wouldn't have been forbidden. You see? The scripture's going to talk about what's forbidden and what's not forbidden. You see? So this Leviticus 18:1, it says, and the Lord Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel. It says, and say unto them, I am Yahweh, your power. It says, after the doings of the land of Egypt, wherein ye dwelt, shall ye not do, and after the doings of the land of Canaan, whither I bring you, shall ye not do. It says, neither shall ye walk in their ordinances, meaning what they do. The Egyptians, the Canaanites, which are all Africans, don't do what they do. Don't follow what they follow. Right? Verse 4, it says, ye shall do my judgments and keep my ordinances, meaning keep my order, to walk therein. I am the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, your power. Ye shall therefore keep my statutes and my judgments. It says, which if a man do, he shall live in them. I am the Lord. It says, verse 6, it says, none of you shall approach to any that is near of kin to him to uncover their nakedness. I am the Lord. And that uncover that nakedness is talking about have sex. So when you go into that word kin, is the word bashar. And bashar actually means flesh. There you go, flesh. Um, Pretty much those who's of intermediate family, you see, and it's gonna show you, it says verse 7, it says the nakedness of thy father or the nakedness of thy mother thou shalt not uncover it, so you ain't supposed to be having what's the nakedness of that goes twofold. What is the nakedness of your father, your mama, you see? Right, so if you have sex with your mama and whatnot and stuff, then guess what? You going off and you committing adultery because that's another man's woman. She might want to sit up and slide on somebody else, but you can't do that. You see, she'll be going off if she doing it, right? Because that's adultery. And I'm gonna grab it right quick. This is Leviticus 20:10. It says, and the man that committeth adultery with another man's wife, even he that committeth adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adulterer and adulteress shall be put to death. You see, right? Now, don't get it twisted. When you go to Deuteronomy 22nd chapter, it talks about those who's in the know and those who ain't in the know. Yes, it's talking about rape, you know what I'm saying, and RAPE, it's talking about that. And the thing is that if a woman is betrothed to a man, meaning she's engaged or promised to a man and stuff, then guess what? If somebody come through and snatch her up and try to deal with her, in a sexual manner and stuff, you know what I'm saying? If she don't scream out, then that means she was down with it. You see? And guess what? That's punishable by death because she was already engaged and she knew that. You see? Right? Um, even for the man, if the man sit up and, snatch her up, this, that, and the third, and try to deal with her, and then next thing you know, she cries out and stuff, and which you ain't gonna be able to use for a supplant, you know what I'm saying, but if you, if just saying for the times we coming in, niggas gonna go crazy on you bitches. But anyways, I ain't trying to fuck with y'all at all. But when it comes down to it, uh, uh, if she cries out and he keep going, that nigga he'll get put to death. You see, right? Right. So once again, Leviticus 20:10, it says, "In a man that committeth adultery, right? A man having sex with another man, a woman." Adultery for a man is a man having sex with another man's woman. Adultery for a woman is a woman that has sex with another man when she got a husband already. You see, right? And another thing is that this, you women and stuff, you think that just because you slide on some dick, I'm finna tell you straight up, just because you slide on some dick, that's your new husband. No, you just committed adultery. You see, and then your so-called new husband and whatnot, if he find out, guess what? He can get rid of your ass. He can leave you alone. I'm gonna go into that too, right? So this is back in Leviticus 19 and no, so like Leviticus 18 and 7. It says the nakedness of thy father. It says nor the nakedness of thy mother. You see, because you got to look at it this way: when a man and woman and stuff join on together and stuff, right? Um, they become one unit, one flesh. You know what I'm saying? So when you look on the nakedness of thy father and stuff, guess what? You looking on the uh, you looking on the nakedness of your mama and stuff. You see, so it says the nakedness of thy father or the nakedness of thy mother shalt thou not uncover. She is thy mother. Thou shalt not uncover her nakedness and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's not talking about seeing somebody naked and whatnot. But at the same time, when you sit up here and, you know, if you have sex, you know what I'm saying, with because Leviticus 18 is talking about unlawful marriage. When you have sex, with your mother and whatnot and stuff, you know what I'm saying, you just uncover the nakedness of thy father because, she's on it's on the spiritual sense, you know what I'm saying, they become one flesh. Your mother is gonna act like your father. Your mother's gonna be the same way as your father and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because look, it's like this. A man and woman, they deal with each other on the sexual level and whatnot and stuff, right? And the thing is that the man don't act like the woman. The woman acts like the man. If the man has multiple females that he dealing with and stuff, right? Guess what? If the man is dealing with multiple females, you know what I'm saying, the thing is that all of them gonna have his type of spirit upon them if they not messing around with other dudes. They gonna have the spirit of him. But then but with a man dealing with multiple women and whatnot and stuff, you see the women change and be like him. But when it comes down to the man, you don't see him have a split personality of all the females that he dealing with. You see? Right? So it's a homosexual thing too when it comes down to adultery because it's like she gonna act like her man that she been sexing with for however long, and you want her. You want the person you attracted to the personality of the man that she receives off of. You see, right? That's also another thing when it comes down to adultery that is nasty, right? It says, verse 8, it says, the nakedness of thy father's wife shall thou not uncover. It is thy father's nakedness. It says, the nakedness of thy sister, the daughter of thy father, or the daughter of thy mother, whether she be born at home or born abroad, even their nakedness shall even their nakedness thou shalt not uncover. So born at home and born abroad, if somebody was born somewhere else, so guess what? That means you can't deal with your sister. You can't fuck your sister. You can't have sex with your sister. You see, you can't have sex with your mother. You know what I'm saying? You can't have sex with your even the daughter of your mother and stuff. Even say like because people ask this question. It's like, well, what if me and my wife is dating and whatnot and stuff, and then our parents and stuff get together, her father and my mother and stuff get together and stuff, are we considered as sisters and stuff? Well, according to scriptures, you would and stuff. But if you already started a relationship before that happened and stuff, that shit don't count. It don't count. You know. Just because your single parents get together and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And but before they even got together, you got together with this girl and whatnot and stuff. But then now you, because there's an anime on that. It's called Domestic Girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? This guy, he do it with this girl and whatnot, and it was just a one night stand. Next thing you know and stuff, him and her parents and stuff get together and engaged and stuff. So it's like, well, what shall we do? You already been fucking her before. If you've been having sex with her before your parents got together and stuff, you can still deal, because you can't break up just because your parents got together and stuff. That's a whole nother thing. If you now if your parents got together and then y'all try to hook up and sit up here and be like, well, we're not really blood related and whatnot, then you going off. But if you already met that girl and you dealt with her and stuff, and that's your wife and whatnot and stuff, you can't split up that marriage and stuff just because your parents get with each other. You see? You know? So this is Leviticus 18:9. It says, the nakedness of thy sister, the daughter of thy father. It says, or the daughter of thy mother, whether she be born at home or born abroad, even their nakedness thou shalt not uncover. It says, the nakedness of thy son's daughter. You see? And what would that be? Daughter-in-law. I'm going to highlight that though. It says, or of thy daughter's daughter. See? So your granddaughter. It says, even their nakedness thou shalt not uncover, for theirs is thine own nakedness and stuff. Meaning that is of your own. So don't have sex with it, because this would be well, it's sex with her. It would be incest. You see, right? It says, verse 11. It says, the nakedness of thy father's wife's daughter. It says, begotten of thy father, she is thy sister. Thou shalt not uncover her nakedness. So you can't have sex with your sister. You know what I'm saying? Especially if she comes from the same seed line that you came from. You see? And I ain't talking about, she had, another dude and she happened to be a Judite and you a Judite and stuff. No, I'm talking about she came out the same nutsack as you. You see, y'all got the same father. You see? So as the scripture shows, that even if the mother has sex with some other man and whatnot and stuff, and that's another seed, you can't deal with that, because you know, say if it happens like this, that the mother and the father get together and whatnot and stuff, and then you somehow looking at it's like, well, we're not really blood, so we can deal and whatnot. If y'all was dating before, that's one thing. But if y'all start dating and stuff because y'all looking at it's like, well, that's my father and that's your mama and whatnot and stuff, and we not related, so we can get it in. That's going off. You see, because it's a brother and sister in law. You know what I'm saying? Or daughter or son in law and stuff, right? You can't go with that. Verse 11. No, verse 10. It says, the nakedness of thy son's daughter or of thy daughter's daughter. So you can't deal with granddaughters or grandsons, because a woman would be like, well, it doesn't say I can't deal with my grandbaby and stuff. No, it's the same, because this is intermediate family. It says, even their nakedness thou shalt not uncover, for theirs is thy own nakedness. You know what I'm saying? Because they of you. You know what I'm saying? Verse 11, it says, the nakedness of thy father's wife, daughter, right? It says, begotten of thy father, she is thy sister. Thou shalt not uncover her nakedness, meaning have sex with her. It says, verse 12, thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy father's sister, meaning your auntie. She is thy father's near kinswoman. It says, thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy mother's sister, right? Because she is your auntie. It says, for she is thy mother's near kinswoman. So you can't have sex. You can't have sex with your father's sister, meaning your auntie on your father's side. And you can't have sex with your auntie on your mama's side. You see? And it says, Verse 14. And a lot of people and stuff, it's like, well, I already did it and stuff, and I'm attached and whatnot. And well, guess what? That ain't your wife. That ain't your husband. In this listing and stuff, guess what? That is it's unlawful. You see? It doesn't count. You see? It don't count. So if you think that the man is a righteous man and whatnot and stuff, it's like, oh, I'm gonna be connected to him and whatnot and stuff, and we gonna woo the woo. The Lord already severed that relationship right off the rip. So you just going off every time y'all do something. Every time y'all have sex with each other and stuff, you know what I'm saying? You going off. You sinning. It don't count. It don't count at all. It's this meme where you got this little girl, you know what I'm saying, and she over there talking to some little boy, and and she like, I will marry him, and he like, no, you will not. And she was like, I will marry you. He like, no, you will not. And I'm like, I will marry you. And then he pulled out a gun and was like, no, you will not. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is that you have certain individuals who would sit up here and be like, oh, because look, when it comes down to knowing this knowledge and whatnot and stuff, what it does is that it might woo women. You know what I'm saying? Woo women, meaning they uh, uh, it will attract women. You know what I'm saying? It will attract women it will attract women that has that have a man already or don't have a man. It will attract your daughter. You know what I'm saying? It will attract your auntie, your mother and stuff. If she a woman and stuff, this wisdom woos her. You know what I'm saying? And you'll have an individual and be like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna deal with this individual and stuff, you know what I'm saying? But then it'll be unlawful. And they'll look at it as like, well, the Bible says, because women are opportunists and they look for something that's convenient for them. They'll be like, well, if he might be party like, or if he got something and stuff, then guess what? We can be together and I can make it through him. No, the fuck you can't. No, you can't. Because other than that, it wouldn't be a forbidden marriage. Marriage is when you have sex with somebody, not putting a ring on it. And then at the same time, you niggas out there, you better not sit up here and put a ring on. Now you can put a ring on it and whatnot. You could deck your girl out. You could buy her some jewelry. You want to pay $600 for a ring and stuff, and you want her to wear it and whatnot and stuff, right? But don't get married according to this world, because when she get tired of you, she gonna take half your shit. You see? Don't give her that power. And that's unlawful too. Because if your woman leaves and stuff, she ain't supposed to take shit. And that's according to the scriptures, you know? And a lot of women, they might feel bad about it and stuff and don't like it and stuff. It's like, well, if you calling yourself a Christian, the word Christian means a follower of the Messiah. You know what I'm saying? And he was about his father's business. And if that's within the laws and stuff, you know what I'm saying, then guess what? What are you doing? That means that you anti-Messiah. You anti so-called Christ. Because that's what it says in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? But Christ is Greek. Yahushua was a Hebrew of the tribe of Judah. You see? So it'd be Mashiach being anointed. So you anti-anointed. You're non-anointed. You're not picked. You see? So this is Leviticus 18 and 12. It says, thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy father's sister. She is thy father's kinswoman, meaning your auntie. It says, thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy mother's sister, for she is thy mother's kinswoman, your auntie. It says, thou shalt not under your auntie or your aunt. It says, thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy father's brother. It says, thou shalt not approach to his wife. It says, she is thy aunt. You see, and that's 3 times, man. Right? But it says, thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy father's brother and stuff. And that's talking about you females, you know what I'm saying, who is no, Salaki. Uh Salaki. It says, thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy father's brother. It says, thou shalt not approach to his wife. You know what I'm saying, right? So Salaki, pretty much that means that you can't have sex with your uncle's girl, your uncle's wife. She is thy auntie. You know what I'm saying? Because uh, uh, if you got an uncle, he married some female, that is your auntie. That ain't just some female that's dealing with your uncle. You see, It says, so you can't have sex with that. Verse 15, it says, thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy daughter-in-law. You see, it says, she is thy son's wife. Thou shalt not uncover her nakedness. So when I'm at 15, I'm at 15. So this is Genesis 38. It's Genesis 38 and 11. It says, then said Judah to Tamar, his daughter-in-law, it says, remain a widow at thy father's house till Shelah, my son, be grown. You know what I'm saying? Because his son wasn't old enough. So this was an arranged marriage, right? It said, which is only done by the father. You mothers can't do none of that, especially in this time. Because women will sit up here and be like, oh well, she's a good girl, and I think she'll be good for my son and whatnot and stuff. But the thing is that that's not on an intimate level. When it come down to y'all, you just see her, how she deals with you and whatnot when she's around you and stuff. But the thing is that how she deals intimately when it comes down to a man and that connection comes, it's a whole nother ball game. You see? So you women, now women can sit up here and be like, I think she'll be right for you and whatnot and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Women can do that. You know what I'm saying? But they can't arrange marriages because they're not the father. Stepfathers can't arrange marriages and stuff. No. Actually, when the son is of age and whatnot, if there's a stepfather, he can't arrange. He can arrange a marriage, but it's up to the son if he want to. You see? Especially if of age. Once your son hits 12 years old and stuff, right? Then guess what? Uh, 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 Once your son becomes 12 years old and further down the line and stuff, guess what? He has the right to tell you no because he is a man now. You see, because his genitals have changed. You know what I'm saying? Now he can impregnate. You see? So this is Genesis 38 and 11 again. It says, then said Judah to Tamar, his daughter-in-law, remain a widow at thy father's house till Shelah my son be grown of age. So he was younger than 12. It says, for he said, lest peradventure he die also as his brethren did. And Tamar went and dwelt in her father's house. It says, and in the process of time, the daughter of Shua, Judah's wife, died, and Judah was comforted and went up unto his sheep shearers. It says to Timnath. It says he and his friend Harah and the Adullamite. Verse 13, it says, and it was told Tamar, saying, behold, thy father-in-law goeth up to Timnath to shear his sheep. It says, and she put her widow's garments off for her and covered her with a veil and wrapped herself and sat in an open place, which is by the way of Timnath, for she saw that Shelah was grown and she was not given unto him to wife. So she was thirsty. Verse 15, it says, when Judah saw her, he thought her to be an harlot, a prostitute, because she had covered her face. And I'm just put it out there, you know, prostitute. You know what I'm saying? It's a direct transaction where you want something from her and she wants something from you. You know what I'm saying? And then at the same time, when it come down to dating, right? If you dealing with this female for 6 months and that's how long she wanna check you out to see if you really down for her and whatnot and stuff, you know what I'm saying? The thing is that it don't have to be direct money. It could be gifts. It could be you buying her this, that, and the third and stuff. For 6 months, you buying her food, you wasting gas, you're taking her out, and in her mind and stuff, the man's supposed to do and stuff, right? After them 6 months are gone and stuff, you pretty much paying her for a long period of time, you idiot. And here it is when push comes to shove and stuff, 6 months come and stuff, and she be like, oh, I'm a give him, I think he's the one. I'm a finally give him something. Well, she gives you sex. She gave you sex. But the thing is, instead of paying it directly right then and there for one day, You've been doing it for 6 months with your stupid ass. That's what you've been doing. You see? And and all she does is give you sex. She don't buy you 6 months worth of shit right back to you. She gave you sex. That's a transaction. That's a payment. You see? So this is Genesis. So you know what I'm saying. Most of them women and stuff, guess what? They're not virgins when you deal with them. You know what I'm saying? That's why they don't want you to know they body count and stuff, because that's their shame. Because it's shameful for a woman to have multiple dicks in her past. You know what I'm saying? Because it means there's something wrong with her if she can't keep a man. So it says Genesis 38 and 16. It says, and plus the father's supposed to choose, and fathers don't train their girls to go. That's going off. You know what I'm saying? Fathers are gonna choose the right one because they don't want their daughter to become a hoe, because that's shameful unto them. When you got a fast daughter and stuff, and your homies know, and other people and stuff know and stuff about that and stuff, that brings shame onto you. You feel shameful for having that daughter. You see? So it says, and so right, so Genesis 38 and 16, it says, and he turned unto her by the way and said, go to, I pray thee, let me come in unto thee, for he knew not that she was his daughter-in-law, because she was lying. She should have just came straight up. And this is an example that wickedness is little to the wickedness of a woman. You know what I'm saying? She knew that it was off, but yet she was trying to deal. It says, and she said, what wilt thou give me that thou mayest come in unto me? It says, in pretty much a down payment. You know what I'm saying? It says, and he said, I will send thee a kid, a goat from the flock. It says, and she said, wilt thou give me a pledge till thou send it? You know what I'm saying? So let me hold something and stuff until you say, until your payment comes, right? Because if you don't send that kid and you trying to do me in and stuff, guess what? Everything that you gave me for a signet and stuff, this is gonna be my payment then. You know what I'm saying? So it was like a deposit, a down payment and stuff, like you do with a car. It says, verse 18, it says, and he said, what pledge shall I give thee? And she said, thy signet and thy bracelets and thy staff that is in thy hand. It says, and he gave it her and came in unto her, and she conceived by him, meaning get pregnant. It says, and she arose and went away and laid by her veil from her. It says, and put on the garments of her widowhood. And Judah sent the kid by the hand of his friend the Adumalite. It says, to receive his pledge from the woman's hand, but he found her not. And then he asked the men of that place, saying, where is the harlot that was openly by the wayside? And they said, there was no harlot in this place. It says, and he returned to Judah and said, I cannot find her. And also the men of the place said that there was no harlot in this place. And Judah said, let her take it to her, lest, lest we be shamed. Behold, I sent the kid, and thou hast not found her. And it came to pass about 3 months after that it was told Judah, saying, Tamar, thy daughter-in-law, had played the harlot with him, because she was already arranged for a marriage. You see, it says, and also, behold, she is with child by whoredom. It says, and Judah said, bring her forth and let her be burnt, because that was adultery. You know what I'm saying? In a sense, right? Verse 25, it says, when she was, that was adultery. You know what I'm saying? Even though she was betrothed and didn't have sex with the actual man, but it was still adultery because she was promised to Judah's son, right? And it says, verse 25, when she was brought forth, she sent to her father-in-law, saying, by the man whose these are, am I with child? And she said, discern, I pray thee. It says, whose are these? The signet and the bracelets and the staffs. And Judah acknowledged them and said, she have been more righteous than I, because that I gave her not to Shalah when he was of age. She saw that he was of age, but he ain't give it to he ain't established the marriage. It says, my son, and he knew her again no more. He ain't fuck with her no more. You see, so he had sex, with his daughter-in-law and whatnot because she played the harlot. You know what I'm saying? She was fast. She was hot and ready and stuff, you see? And she couldn't wait, you see? She knew that it wasn't Shala that was coming up in the woodworks in her area. She knew that it was his father. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? She dealt anyways because she was hot. That's why the scripture says, if you have a shameless daughter, you keep her ass in, meaning she fast. Is she a fast woman? Hood people know what that means. And for anybody and stuff who's suburban or don't know what that term means and stuff, meaning that she's quickly to have sex and stuff with multiple people, you see? Or even just one person and stuff uneducatedly. And when I say uneducatedly and stuff, meaning she going out there with no condom, you see? Right? Right? So you can't deal. You can't deal with that. That's forbidden marriage. It doesn't count. She won't get saved. It won't be an Isaiah 4:1. She won't get saved through that. You see? So I'm going to go back to Leviticus 18. And I think I was at 15. Yep. It says this Leviticus 18 and 15. It says, thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy daughter-in-law. She is thy son's wife. Thou shalt not uncover her nakedness. You know what I'm saying? Right, to have sex with her. So look, it's like this. Even when it came down to the situation with Judah, this is the reason why I brought out Genesis, the 38th chapter. Once he found out, because they knew about the laws. You see? Once he found out, he didn't fuck with her no more. You see? He left her alone. You see? Now you might have women and stuff that it'd be, they'll still be burning in their lust stuff. It's like, oh, I want him, I want him, I want him. That's where you won't be connected. You will not get saved. You won't have the last name of that man. You see? Because when it comes down to marriage, according to this world and stuff, you will be a Mrs. of that man and stuff. So you will take on that man's last name. In Isaiah 4:1, you would not be connected. You would not be connected because it's forbidden. It's a marriage that the Lord doesn't allow to be accepted. You would not be accepted on that. You got to find a man that's not of your family. You know what I'm saying? And ultimately an Israelite, when it comes down to that Isaiah 4:1, especially if he party late, you got to find somebody like him. You know what I'm saying? You got to find somebody like him. You can't deal with intermediate, and even when it come down to this system, oh, he's adopted or she's adopted, and guess what, that became your son and daughter-in-law, and you got to still apply these scriptures. You cannot deal with them. You can't have sex with them, you see. And if it happens, you know what I'm saying, it doesn't count. Because look, I'm gonna tell you right now, women rape women rape. It's called succubus. When they have sex with you in your sleep, you know what I'm saying? They wait for you to be intoxicated. You know what I'm saying? Or you got women out there and stuff, they swivel up to you and stuff and be like, let's go to your place and stuff. And whole time, old girl got syringes and drugs, you know what I'm saying, to pass your ass out, arouse you and whatnot, have sex with you. You know what I'm saying? Because they showed it on Law and Order. This dude was getting raped by two women and stuff because they tied him to the bed. You know what I'm saying? Guys out there is like, oh, that would never happen to me and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, let you get soft up when it comes down to a female. You think you really getting it in? You know what I'm saying? You get comfortable and whatnot. Women are scandalous. Let them sit up here. They'll drug your ass. You know what I'm saying? You at the bar with her, you drinking. That's why you got to keep an eye on your shit. Or she might be friends with the bartender and stuff. She shakes some shit up, and whole time she puts something in there because she know what her homegirl on. You know what I'm saying? Because they know it's a scam. It's a way to get money. That's why it says in 1 Timothy 6 and 10, it says the love of money is the root of all evil, because people will do evil just to get that money. If they know that you got something, they'll go for it. You see, and it's the same way with child support. Women are going to get destroyed for this. They don't think so, but you are, because according to the scriptures, you ain't supposed to have shit if you leave. Everything's supposed to be towards the man, even the children. You see? Because the man is the prize, not the woman. You see? I can prove that too. Or you can look it up. Isn't it actually in Exodus the 21st chapter? Or the 20th chapter? No, the 21st chapter. You see? Right? So a woman would do that, and then off Law and Order and stuff, guess what? They was trying to pin him down for rape. And the thing is that he was the one getting raped. And it's like, well, if you get aroused, or if you the one who, because women look at it, it's like, well, men usually be the ones who thirsty for it. Look at these women today, they thirsty as hell for some sex. That's why they on social media crying. That's what they doing. They can be angry. They can be like, oh, I'm sophisticated. I'm going to say this and say that and stuff. But when they do more videos of men doing this, doing that and stuff, you know what I'm saying? They complain about the passport bros and whatnot and stuff, that's them crying. They crying because niggas don't want their ass. You see? And guess what? What are they doing now and stuff? They trying to go overseas and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And it's pretty much just like, look, I'm gonna go overseas and I'm gonna deal with these overseas guys and stuff, so I can show you and stuff. It's like it's pretty much to make you jealous and whatnot. But you ain't making them jealous because you pissed them off. That's the only reason why they going across seas to find a female and stuff that's worthy for them. You see? And then you being that same mentality and stuff, yeah, them niggas gonna shower you with money and stuff that's overseas and whatnot. But then on a real relationship, they gonna see why niggas are coming over to their countries and stuff just so they can get with their women. You women are lost cause, man. You know that happy wife, happy life and stuff is bullshit. And this guy, this older man, he pretty much was like, look, women, as much as women say that they married onto the Lord, no, you not. When righteousness come out and a man is above you and stuff, guess what? You ready to hightail it out of Christianity. So this what happened. You had this guy, he was like, God gave him nails, they put on fake ones. God gave him hair, they put on fake hair. God gave him eyelashes, they put on fake eyelashes. Yeah, the Lord gave vegetation on the earth and stuff for their skin to look good and whatnot, and they still wear makeup. You know what I'm saying? God gave them lips and stuff, and they give him and she goes get injections. You know what I'm saying? God gives them a butt on their own and whatnot. And so what if it ain't big? Or they ain't thick and whatnot and stuff. Guess what? They go give them a BBL. They always trying to make adjustments to themselves when the Lord gave them everything that they needed already and stuff. You see? You know what I'm saying? So you can't please none of these women. You can be rich, you can have money and stuff, but guess what? You can't please her. All it takes is one little argument and stuff, and guess what? She coming after your shit. And that's why I don't get married according to this world. Real marriage is according to the scriptures. And the only type of marriage and stuff that you can like literally get out of, you know what I'm saying? No. It's like it. I can't say that. When it comes down to prostitution, you renting her for a wife. And they show you that in that movie called Pretty Woman. You see, she was a hooker. Old boy paid her 3,000. Stay with me for the week. You know what I'm saying? That's the original way and stuff when it come down to prostitution. She'll come in your crib. She ain't trying to steal your information. She ain't trying to steal no money. She'll be in your crib, you know what I'm saying, for however long that you want. You know what I'm saying? And then it'll be up to you and stuff if you want a deal. Now, if she still want to follow after that occupation and stuff and sell her box off, sell her body off and whatnot and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Then woo to woo. But if you wanna deal with her and she be pleased with you and stuff, y'all can get together. But the thing is that she can't sell her ass no more. She can't do it no more. Her mouth, she can't do that. The only penis that she's sucking on is yours. You see? And that's found in the movie Pretty Woman, the way of prostitution. You know what I'm saying? How it's supposed to be. I mean, how it is according to the scriptures, because prostitution is allowed according to the scriptures and whatnot, right? Uh, 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 Pretty Woman is the movie to show you, you know what I'm saying, how it's supposed to be, because all you're doing is renting a wife. You know what I'm saying? You're not renting somebody else's wife, but it's considered a rent a wife situation. And they got an anime you pay somebody and stuff to be your girlfriend. That's still rent a wife. You see, and I ain't gonna lie to you. Some of them Asians and them Asians for it to be so biblical and whatnot, a lot of them might be fucking Jake, man. They might be Israelites. You see, so going back to Leviticus 18 and 15, it says, "Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy daughter-in-law. She is thy son's wife. Thou shalt not uncover her nakedness." You see, so you can't have sex with a daughter-in-law. If you adopt them and stuff, you can't have sex with them. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you adopt a son and stuff, you can't have sex with them. For you nasty bitches out there, man, you can't do it. And it says, verse 16, it says, "Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy brother's wife. It is thy brother's nakedness." You see? Because she gonna act like him. You know what I'm saying? So you attracted to him, ultimately. You know what I'm saying? You know, which is gay, even though you're dealing with a female. Verse 16, it says, "Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy brother's wife. It is thy brother's nakedness. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of a woman and her daughter." You can't have sex with the mother and the daughter. See? Yeah, both of them might be going and stuff, but you can't do it. It says, "Neither shalt thou take her son's daughter or her daughter's daughter." You see? You know, you the stepdad and stuff, right? And the thing is, she already had kids about another. You know what I'm saying? So you come through, you know what I'm saying, you dealing with her, but you can't sit up here and be like, "I'm finna deal with her daughter." You can't even deal with her granddaughter. You know what I'm saying? And if she got a son and her son got a daughter, you can't deal with her. You see, because you dealing with her in the first place and stuff when it comes down to the mother. You see, it says, "Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of a woman, her daughter, neither shalt thou take her son's daughter," which would be what, your daughter-in-law. It says, or her uh 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 well, your granddaughter-in-law. It says, or her daughter's daughter, which is your grand daughter. You know what I'm saying? Still, it says to uncover her nakedness, for they are near kinswomen. It is wickedness and stuff, because guess what? The jealousy of a woman is another woman. So guess what? You'll have the mother and the daughter being jealous of each other. You see? Why he don't want me? Why he's seeing her? And what's the movie? What's the movie and stuff that gives a grand example? The movie Precious. Old boy and stuff, molested old girl and stuff, you know what I'm saying? You know, and the mama was sitting up there mad. She wasn't gonna do anything, but she was sitting up there mad that the fact that he wanted to deal with her daughter and stuff and not her. And guess what? It was jealousy, and what happened and stuff. She was ready to fight her own daughter and stuff over the man she was with. You see? Is verse 18. It says, "Neither shalt thou take a wife to her sister to vex her, to uncover her nakedness, beside the other in her lifetime," and stuff, right? So pretty much what this means is that you can't you can't have if you dealing with a female and she got a sister and whatnot and stuff, you don't sit up here and, say if y'all get in an argument and stuff, you don't sit up here and be like, "I'm finna fuck your sister. I know she like me. I know she like me. I'm finna fuck your sister," and stuff, just to vex her, to get on her nerves. You know what I'm saying? Or just to render evil for evil. I mean, render evil for evil. Now that wouldn't be an evil act. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is that you can't deal. That's why it says, look, I'm gonna read it again. Verse 18, it says, "Neither shalt thou take a wife to her sister to vex her." This wouldn't be here if you couldn't deal with sisters. This wouldn't be here. It says to vex her. So the purpose is that don't sit up here and deal with you dealing with a female, she got a sister, and you get in an argument and stuff. You don't sit up here and be like, "Yeah, I'm finna get on your nerves. I'm finna have sex with your sister," and stuff, knowing it's gonna bother her. You don't do it because of that. You see? It says, to vex her, to uncover her nakedness, besides the other in her lifetime and stuff. You see, and it says also, "Thou shalt not approach unto the woman to uncover her nakedness, as long as she is put apart for her uncleanness." And that's talking about when she's on a period. You're not supposed to be red winging for you niggas out there and stuff who eat pussy when she on her period. You know what I'm saying? You know, even if it's like, well, she not flowing and whatnot and stuff. You know what I'm saying? The thing is that you're not supposed to do it when she's in that period of time. Don't do it. You see, right? Right. So you ain't supposed to do it. You ain't supposed to do it. This is unlawful marriage, and it goes into bestiality. You know, thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind is abomination. Talk about homosexuality. So for all you guys out there and stuff, oh, you homophobic? Well, the Lord homophobic. He don't like dicks touching each other. You know what I'm saying? You know, that double penetration bullshit and stuff, that is nasty, nigga. Because part of your pleasure and stuff is you rubbing on another dick. That is nasty. You see? Now, you know, you got pornography and stuff, that's a form of entertainment and stuff for self pleasure. But then at the same time and stuff, if you engage in, like, when it comes down to trains, you're not supposed, when it comes down to actual marriage between you and a woman and whatnot and stuff, and there's another dude there and stuff, you're not supposed to see that man's nakedness. You see, you're not supposed to deal. You see, you're not supposed to deal in that. You know, because you in the act. You're not just seeing actors, you know, play out a short film or a movie and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You're not doing that. You're engaged into something and stuff, and you can't do that. You know. Uh, uh, Verse 20, it says, moreover, thou shalt not lie carnally with thy neighbor's wife to defile thyself with her. You know what I'm saying? Neighbor's wife is another Israelite. You see? But as we read up, I don't know, as we read in Leviticus, the 20th chapter and stuff, it says, thou shalt not, let me grab it again. This is Leviticus 20 and 10. It says, and the man that committed adultery with another man's wife. So guess what? Just because with plain example, Joseph. Joseph was in Egypt. He was second in command. Here it is, Pharaoh's wife and stuff. She's wife to the king of all Egypt and stuff. But since Joseph was getting fame and whatnot and stuff, and the Lord was dealing with him, you know what I'm saying? She was ready. This is how you know women are fools. She wanted to deal with Joseph when it's like your husband is the king of Egypt, you idiot. And what and she was like, come on, let's deal. And I wouldn't be surprised if she would have been like, well, you know, I'm not a Hebrew and stuff, so you can deal and stuff, you know what I'm saying? But Joseph was like, but I'm underneath that law. I can't deal with you. If I deal with you, even though you not underneath the law because you a heathen, the thing is that I'm still committing adultery and I can get killed for the actions. And I'm not finna do that. You see what she do? Lie on him and stuff because he wouldn't give her no cutty. And guess what? These bitches the same way till this day and whatnot and stuff. You don't give them no sex and whatnot, or if you don't want to get with them and stuff, you know what I'm saying? According to this world, they'll call you a rapist. They'll call you a, uh, uh, women will lie. Women will sit up here and say that you raped them, even though you ain't fucking touched them and stuff, because they know they can use this system. That's why a lot of you bitches gonna get destroyed. Y'all gonna get destroyed because y'all some fucking liars. You know what I'm saying? You see, right? Right. So as you can tell and stuff, another man's wife. So therefore, back in Leviticus 18, right, that's just another man's wife. Right. So for you heathens out there, when it come down to men who's trying to follow the law, statutes, commandments to the best of their ability and stuff, they're not trying to have sex with your women. You see, you got to worry about the 2/3 ass niggas and stuff, or niggas and stuff who love this world. You know what I'm saying? You know, who want to have sex with your woman. Nobody want to have sex with your woman and stuff. You know why? Because she got your spirit. If you hate the nigga and stuff, guess what? The female gonna be just the same way as him if they fucking. You see, and we see that. There's this one other anime because I watch them all. You know what I'm saying? You know, well, not all of them. I don't watch gay animes. You know what I'm saying? You know, but uh there's brother and sister, parents always at work and whatnot, told them to go to some beach house that they have and whatnot, or some house that they had in some other area. And they had a close bond because we know that this is within the scriptures. It shows that this shit happens and stuff. That's why the Lord made a law, right? So um Pretty much, it's a brother and sister, saying, the sister being younger and whatnot. And when they was young, her brother and a friend that was living next door when they was in their childhood and whatnot and stuff, they end up having sex. You know what I'm saying? And the female happened to be older and whatnot. She riding it and stuff. You know what I'm saying? He feeling it for the first time, woo to woo, and he enjoyed it and stuff. But his little sister was looking. You know what I'm saying? So she was aware, right? Next thing you know, the bond that they had and stuff was so close to the point that she was loving on her brother. You know what I'm saying? And her brother was like, nah, I ain't trying to deal with that. He was in the right mind. I ain't trying to deal. I ain't trying to deal. I ain't trying to deal. You know what I'm saying? He was actually oblivious to it. He was naive where it was like, I don't you acting weird. You acting weird and stuff, but her feelings were strong. And because and then he went to school and then she was able to go into school and she was able to see how those other girls and stuff was dealing with him is because the other girls was liking on him. You know what I'm saying? And she got jealous. You know what I'm saying? She was being angry, she was pissed off, she was doing foul shit to him and stuff because it was like you should just only think about me, but this was going on in her head. That's why this law is here, because it's possible, that a motherfucker will feel for you and stuff, even though it's fucking unlawful, right? So and women, and then women if they get in the mode, they be like, this is what I'm gonna do and stuff. They don't give a fuck about the laws. They gonna do it because they based off emotion. You see, this is why a man is needed when it come down to order. You see, and once again, if you maintain order within yourself and whatnot, guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna sit up here and they get attracted to that. You see, they get attracted to that. Women get attracted, no matter what their status, their title is, you know what I'm saying? They get attracted to men who establish order. That's why most guys and stuff, they can have sex with a woman and stuff all they want, and she'll still be attracted to some other dude and stuff because of the order that he established, or the materialistic possessions that he has. You see? That outweighs what you get. You see? Women are hoes. Your hoes. Now, a lot of women and stuff, there's some women and stuff who ain't like that, but that's rare. It's very rare. You see? And you got women out there, it's like, oh, I can be that. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta open your door and let me come in and stuff. You deny them more and stuff, guess what? They're gonna be hostile with it and stuff. And they're gonna sit up here and try to force themselves on you and stuff. And that's when the rape come in. It's like, well, when it come down to the rape, ooh. But here's the thing. The thing is that if I'm gonna bring out the scriptures. I'm gonna bring out the scriptures, but I'm gonna make the point. The thing is that that's a red flag. That shows that if I tell you no, you ain't gonna listen to me. You gonna do whatever you want to. And as the scripture says, it says, if she goes not according to how you want her, give her the bill of divorce and depart from her. Now we know that women gonna sit up here. Oh, I'm gonna run away from this sheet of paper. There's many ways to explain that. You know what I'm saying? And you also have this because the Lord is dealing with the men. He ain't dealing with these women. He dealing with the men. You see, Proverbs 8:4, Ezekiel 34:31. He dealing with men. You know what I'm saying, right? Um, uh, 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 yeah, he dealing with men and stuff. You know what I'm saying, right? All right, the wadi the scripture says what you bind on earth is bound in heaven, and what you loose on earth is loosed in heaven. So you can get out that jam. She want to keep running away. Oh, you got to give me a sheet of paper. No, we don't. We are faith-based Israelites and stuff. Guess what? I don't have to be with your ass no more if I find some uncleanness in you. And that uncleanness can be her mind frame. I'm gonna get what I want when I want to and stuff. Because if she's always against you and stuff, that's not good. That's not good. You know what I'm saying? Because that means that she's going to always seek to have power over you and whatnot and stuff. And a woman's not supposed to have power and stuff. She will condemn herself by that. Scripture says, I suffer not a woman to teach nor to usurp authority over a man. So if the man is sitting up here saying no and whatnot and stuff, but she like, I'm gonna do it anyways, then guess what? She ain't right for you. She ain't right for you. Even though it could be a lawful marriage and stuff, the thing is that if she's not dealing how you want her, you can break up with her. She can't leave. But if you break up with her, she gotta go without nothing. Meaning she don't take none of your money, she don't take none of your property, she don't have none of that. And that's how you know that Esau Edom, the full-blooded spirit Caucasian and stuff, is a wicked man. Because according to the scriptures, she ain't supposed to be having anything and stuff. She need to be out there looking for a new man to leech on. You see? Not taking your stuff. Right? So this is Leviticus, back in Leviticus 18 and 22 again. It says, thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. It says it is abomination. Then for all you women out there, it's like, well, it just says for mankind and stuff. Well, it's an act of homosexuality and stuff. And the Lord said he'll kill you for it. So therefore, that means that you can't be carpet munching, you know what I'm saying? Or you can't be scissoring each other. You see? Or taking a double head dildo and stuff and ramming each other's cheeks and stuff towards it. You know what I'm saying? You know, because there's still an affection, you know what I'm saying, where it's two women and stuff pleasuring themselves, even though a male genitalia is or artifact and stuff is in the midst, you know, or object is in the midst and stuff, something that represents a male genitalia. The thing is that with you all being lesbians and stuff and seeking to be with each other, you know what I'm saying, that's going off. That's unlawful marriage. Verse 23, it says, neither shalt thou lie with any beast to defile thyself therewith. It says, neither shall any woman stand before a beast to lie down thereto. It is confusion. Verse 24, it says, defile not yourselves in any of these things, for in all these nations are defiled, which I cast out before thee. So this is a heathen custom. You know what I'm saying? You know, now, when it comes down to Moab and Ammon, the so-called Chinese and Japanese, you know what I'm saying? You know, look at the situation when it came down to Lot. His sisters, I mean, his daughters and stuff was so stupid. They was like, oh, there ain't nobody else around and stuff. So we got to continue, so we got to continue and stuff. We got to multiply the earth and whatnot and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And what happened? They was getting them drunk, and then when he got drunk and whatnot and stuff, they had sex with him, and therefore out of that incest came Moab and Ammon. You see, Lot is an Israelite. You know what I'm saying? You know. But he was a chosen. But when it comes down to his seed line that was through incest and stuff, they're not the chosen. You see, right? Now, don't get me wrong. There are Asians out there who are Israelites and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, but the reason why they look the same, you know, no offense, the chinky eyes and whatnot and stuff, you know what I'm saying, is because it's an act of adultery. Now, when it comes down to me, I like them little eyes and stuff. I like Asians if they look good. You know what I'm saying? You know, probably not, you know, you probably ain't really attracted to the traditional uh, uh, features when it come down to a Chinese lady and stuff. But when they kind of like, I want to say Americanized and stuff, but really it's just a certain category. But I like Chinese and Japanese and Vietnamese and Mongolian and Mandarinian and what's the other one? Oriental. You know what I'm saying? I like Asian women. They look good to me. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they thick. You know what I'm saying? You know, or slim thick. They look good to me. You know what I'm saying? Right? And then the brothers Shatya most definitely got him a good one. If he ever hears this video, he most definitely got him a good one in that dress. You know what I'm saying? You know, beat me to the punch, but it was for him and stuff, right? So, anyways, shit, Lord, will I get a daughter out of you? You know what I'm saying, right? Lord willing. But the thing is that uh he probably might say no, it's all good. But anyways, when it comes down to it and stuff, there's certain people you can deal with and certain you can't. And then when it comes down to them and stuff, right? Uh, uh, it was through incest and whatnot, which is forbidden. It's forbidden. So if you're a full-blooded spirited heathen and you look Chinese or Japanese or within those mixtures and whatnot, but your spirit shows that you a heathen, you know what I'm saying? You will be a concubine and stuff to any Israelite man. You know what I'm saying? You'll be the wife of those of your own, but you'll be a concubine, a side chick. You see? Right, so there you go. Right, and I think let me see. I think it's Deuteronomy 27. This is verse 20. This is Deuteronomy 27 to 20. Now you gotta understand, women take advantage when men are drunk. You see, that's why you gotta watch out. You gotta watch out. You gotta even watch out for women that you are familiar with and stuff, because once again, they're opportunists. If you got some money, they want to get pregnant so they can get your money, because they can't get it no other type of way if y'all just having sex. She want to get pregnant, you know what I'm saying, which is wicked. I don't like women like this. I don't like women and stuff who get pregnant on purpose and stuff just so they can get some money, because it shows that their true intentions is not being a mother. That's just something that they're going to deal with just so they can get that money. I don't like women like that. I think women like that need to be destroyed. I think women like that need to be killed. You know what I'm saying? You see, you know, it says Deuteronomy 27 and 20. It says, "Cursed be he that lieth with his father's wife," meaning your mother. It says, right now, there's a situation and stuff. The exemption is the fact that if your mama own that, she cursed. But when it come down to the son, if the son ain't on that, then guess what? He's exempt, because the son ain't finna be on that. But if the mama is on that, right? If the mom, because the Lord knows our heart, if the mother is on that and stuff, she cursed. Where it's like, nah, I'm gonna, oh, you can't put me away and whatnot because we had sex. No, you cursed. You cursed by the Lord, not by anybody else. You are cursed of the Lord if that happens. You see, and if you don't want them curses to pile up on you and stuff, you leave your son alone. Even if it's a son-in-law, you leave him alone. So it says, verse 20 says, "Cursed be he that lies with his father's wife." If the son doesn't fucking know, you know what I'm saying, then guess what? He's gonna be exempt. Because more than likely, if he's aware and stuff, guess what? He gonna tell her ass, "No, get your ass away from me, you nasty motherfucker. Get your ass away from me." Right? Well, what women gonna do? They gonna be subtle and stuff. It's gonna he drinks or he gets high or he be underneath the influence or whatever the fuck he does and stuff. And then that's when they deal. They try to deal in secret and stuff. Guess what? You cursed. And the only way to escape that curse and stuff is stop fucking doing it. It says, "Cursed be he that lieth with any man." No. It says, "Cursed be he that lieth with his father's wife." It says, "Because he uncovered his father's skirt." It says, "And all the people shall say, Amen." You know what I'm saying? So you know that you know when it comes down to it, you know what I'm saying. If you lie with them and that's not your intentions, you know what I'm saying. It's different. You know what I'm saying. You're exempt because the Lord knows that this is not what you want to do. But if the woman is the one who's trying to do it, then guess what? She cursed. And why is she cursed? Because the mind frame that she in to try to deal with her son or son-in-law and stuff, whether he adopted or whatever and stuff. The thing is, that's a cursed mind frame, because there's the scriptures talking about parenting and what you can deal and cannot deal with. You see, they'll be cursed if they still try to apply that to themselves, even though it's against what the scriptures say. You see, and when you read Leviticus 18 and stuff, for all you people out there, you want to sit up here and say it's nasty and whatnot and stuff. The scriptures don't say anything about a man dealing with his niece. It's not even in there. It doesn't say anything about an uncle dealing with his niece. And so many people make jokes on it. But the thing is, it's a Romans 2:14. I don't know, or look at it this way. The scripture says, where there's no law, there's no transgression. You see? Scriptures don't say anything about an uncle dealing with his niece. You see? And then if you want to really think about it, for anybody who be like uh when it come down to Cain and Abel and whatnot and stuff, it was first foremost, it was already women already there. But then the situation when it come down to Noah, Noah had 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is that they had wives.